this is school. Every time I call, she gon' come, she up.
Sinners Finance. Haven't done one of these in a while. Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
Why are you laughing?
Because I'm so used to you like just doing nonsense online. So
So-
the last couple of days of like seeing serious you is like really strange.
So you think I can't be serious?
Well, now I know you can, but I didn't before.
Okay. So who are you?
I am Mads the trader. I'm a trader.
Mads the trader from
Dudley.
Dudley that travels all the way to London for podcasting.
Yep.
Just a bit of context. I've done a podcast with Mads the trader and Katie
For the Rise Collective.
It's for the Rise Collective. She's got her own podcast. I appeared on there. Is it going to be on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, so it'll be on the Rise Collective YouTube.
So if you go in the Rise Collective YouTube channel, it should be out there
Next
Thursday. Go and check that out. Tell us a bit more about that.
About what?
The Rise Collective, what does it mean?
So Rise Collective is kind of a long story of how we got here. But Rise Collective is basically just helping the collective rise. We started off as FX Connect. So we originally started as just trading events for traders. We were holding spaces on X, just interviewing different traders. And it was supposed to be just a thing to like bring traders together. So if anyone knows about trading, is in trading, you know that it's a very lonely thing. Like,
do me a favor. Sorry to interrupt you. Just push the mic down a bit. It's like, yeah, like just push this part down. Yeah, it's just annoying me a bit. Sorry, carry on. Sorry, I apologize. My bad. It was just ADHD. Carry on. Sorry. So
God damn.
It's to connect traders.
Yeah, so connect traders, bring traders together, and just kind of like bridge the gap of like trading is lonely, but we can make friends within trading through our events. Did a few events that were really successful. Spaces was amazing. We had a sponsor who we helped basically just grow in the space. And then my two business partners left, so Katie and Kieran. They just had a lot of other things going on, so they decided to leave. So I was kind of left with the decision of, do I continue? Like, do I leave as well? Do we just scrap this whole thing? But prior to them leaving, we had conversations about making it into something for like all types of business. So that's pretty much what I did. So I completely rebranded to Connect. And that was essentially the same kind of thing, bringing people together, but more of like an entrepreneurial basis rather than just traders. So I've done a lot of networking within like the property industry, just general business. I know so many amazing people that do different things. So I was like, why not bring all of these people together, create an event that's based on just finance, making money, marketing, branding, all of that kind of thing. So that's what I did last year I think it was March last year. We had property panel, finance panel, marketing and branding panel. And it's just to bring education to people who are either already trading, already in property, but just need that like extra push, motivation. So did that, brought on some shareholders who basically did all of the social media, the marketing, videography, literally anything we needed, they were there to do that. We then brought Katie back. So Katie came back, joined me with Connect.
So Katie was part of your original team?
Yeah. So she was there originally, then she left, did her own thing for a bit, and then we just came back together because it just made sense. We kind of like, we both grew a lot, because working with another female who is very alpha, it can be challenging. So me and her definitely like butted heads in the beginning. So like once we'd had some time to like grow, kind of figure out what we wanted, we realised that we'd be better off just working as a team. So me and Katie came back together. We then ran into issues with our shareholders. So we were like, right, we're gonna have to do something. We can't continue like this. So I had a conversation with them. They were happy to just walk away. So then we rebranded to Rise Collective, which that's what we are now. But instead of focusing on events, we now focus more on community. So just online community. a lot of our audience is in Africa or America, so obviously they're not going to be coming to events. So yeah, it just made sense to do a community, and also the podcast, just showcasing different entrepreneurs that may not get limelight because they don't have the biggest following, but are doing like amazing things. So yeah, that is literally what Rise Collective is now.
Okay, so how do you become Mads the trader? Like, how does that happen?
What do you mean?
Because obviously, I'll just see you just speak then, and you know, very articulate.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like you know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like you're obviously like a good salesperson.
Thanks.
But how do you get into trading? Like, how do you become that person? Like, what makes you as a female? You got kids and all that as well, innit? Like, how do you get into trading?
So it started when I was 17. I got into network marketing. I don't know if you heard of it. Was called VMA.
Yeah.
It was big in Birmingham, London, like.
So, but how did you get into that?
Just being around different people. I always knew that I wanted to be rich. I always knew that there was something else other than just like working a job. Like, I just knew that I had it in me to be more. I didn't want to be average. I didn't want to go work a 9 to 5. Like, it was just never in me. So I went to uni, did law, and that was kind of going to be the plan. Did it at sixth form, got my A levels, and then went straight to uni to study law. But between then, I was approached by a friend who was doing this network marketing business, and I think I wrote on Facebook when I was like 17 or something that
Was that a guy friend or a girlfriend?
A guy friend.
Mm-hmm.
I must have wrote a status something about doing contract law and how I could like make a meal off one case, and that was kind of the plan that I had. And then he reached out to me and he was like, I've got this thing, like it's making people rich, you learn about business, personal development, all that kind of thing. I was like, all right, cool. Took me to this event. Turns out it was network marketing. It was this energy drink brand called Vima. And it was great. I didn't make any money from it, but it opened my eyes to the different ways of becoming wealthy. Like, it's not just you have to start a business or you have to work your way up the career ladder and get a high paying CEO position or something like that. It was like, there are so many ways to make money online, not just obviously network marketing, which is what I was exposed to. So when you do network marketing, you're basically thrown into this pool of like personal development. So you're introduced to books like Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Secret, Think and Grow Rich. Like, it's all of that, which I did know about that already, but then being thrown into this world of like everyone is talking about it, it was like, wow, like I've found my crowd now. But long story short, through doing that, I met someone who was getting into trading. And he said, this would probably be a great thing for you. On the face of it, it looks like it's really easy. It looks like you can make a lot of money. All the people doing it online have got a Lambo and a mansion, and it just seems like an amazing way to get rich. So dived in head first. The guy who introduced me to it took me to an event on Broad Street. And it was this company called Astro FX. If anyone was around Birmingham those days, you would have seen the blue Maserati. Like, that was the most famous car in Birmingham at that point. And yeah, it just kind of went from there. 11 years later, it's a whole brand.
So would you say you've got more guy friends than girlfriends?
I would say that. I think just being in this type of career field, there's just not many women that I'm exposed to, so naturally I have more male friends.
I'm trying to figure out, like, from young, wanting to be rich, wanting to make money, going down this lane of trying to figure out different business ideas. Obviously there's like other females that want to get rich, make money, and they go down a totally different path. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. And so I'm just trying to figure out whether it's being around the guys that took you down this route. Not to say that you could have ever gone down another route. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I don't know, to maybe like other females might be listening thinking, you know, like, I wish I had that kind of mindset. Like, and I'm just trying to figure out whether, is it because you was around a lot of guys that made you want to go down that route? Like, what if you wanted to get rich but you was around a lot of females? Do you get it?
I don't know. I think it all stemmed from very young, like, in school, I always had an opinion on things. So, for example, I always tell this story about there was this guy in my class who he was just naughty. So instead of like teachers kind of like dealing with it, they just like let him sit in a corner and draw all day. And I was like, that's not fair. Like, I want to draw all day, but because I'm not naughty, I don't get to do that. So my teachers always used to say like, oh, like she's going to be like prime minister or solicitor one day. And I think that's probably where the law aspect came in from, because everyone was like, I make a good argument on things. But I think just from then, like just being outspoken and just kind of standing for things that I believe in, I think if I look back, it all stems from there. But I think a lot of it also from my dad. Like my dad was always like, he worked very hard. Like he's not rich, but I've always seen him work hard and want to be more. So I think, I don't know, there was just different influences in my life. I wouldn't say exactly just from being around men. I think.
Well, you've only mentioned, you didn't say your mum.
My mum was just always more like, my mum was just the loving. Like my mum provided that love. I think my mum
And your
kept
mum
me
and dad,
very grounded.
they together?
No,
Okay.
no,
Separate households?
separate households. But I had my stepdad as well, with my mum. But I think I was just brought up to be very grounded and just like, I don't know, just having morals and not I don't know, going down a dark path, I guess. But I think the male influence came more when I got into the business world. That was when I became friends with more men, and there weren't really that many women doing it.
So is it like a more male-dominating industry?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Is that intimidating, or does that work in your favor?
It works in my favor because I think just being a woman in such a male-dominated space and doing well at it, I think like it is a great feeling. Like I'm seeing men who are doing this, but I'm doing this in some ways better than men. So it's like an ego boost, really. But I think getting into this, like I always say, like getting into something like trading, business, whatever it is, you have some type of ego. Like you know that you want more. So it's never intimidating being around men. If anything, it's like feels good.
Okay. You know that you want more. Interesting. So haven't still kind of figured out like how you got into the trading. Obviously, we understand that you've been a part of a few collectives and communities, and somewhat that is what trading is about. But in terms of the actual trading, like how do you get into that?
So, like I said, I was taken to this event on Broad Street. The guys had this blue Maserati. I was like, I want to be like you. So my friend ended up buying the course. I think it was like $2,000. I was in college. Like, I think I was in my final year of college at this point. So I did not have $2,000. I think I was making like £400, £500 a month working retail. So he was like, cool, I'll sell you the course book for like £100. So I did that, bought the course book, and then I basically just taught myself from there. But another online course that I didn't really bother with because it was so different from the original strategy from the original course. And I kind of just dibbled and dabbled for a while. So all through uni, like it was there, but I didn't really take it seriously. And then in 2018, I found out that I was pregnant with my son, and I was like, I just started my master's degree. And I was like, right, I've got trading. Like, I don't want to have to finish this master's degree and then have to go to work for someone else. Like, my mindset's always been different. Now is like the time that I should be making this happen. So found out I was pregnant. I was like, right, I need to go hard with trading now. So I bought another course from a guy who worked with the original company that I bought a course from. So it was very similar teachings, but the way he taught it was he broke down the charts basically every single day. So that was really easy for me to pick up, knowing the strategy, but also then watching him do it. That's when everything kind of really came together. So by the time I had my son, I was day trading crypto, lost shitloads of money, like ridiculous. Mental health was bad. It was just going through a lot. But
we've all been there.
I just said, you know what? I'm not going to work for someone else. Like, it's not happening. So had my son. Obviously then I was on maternity from work. Took a little bit of a break from uni. I think I managed to do most of my exams heavily pregnant, but then the final ones I was like, I can't. I'm too pregnant. I can't do this. So I had to defer them. By the time I ended up finishing my master's, I'd had my daughter as well. So it was a lot of turmoil up until about 2020, 2021. And that's kind of when trading really clicked. So created a Twitter page just to follow some guy that I was looking at in crypto. He was like pioneering crypto, Tory. Made Twitter, just started tweeting about trading stuff. And then before I knew it, like 2-3 years later, I was just known in the space of being a trader. And that's kind of like, that's where Maz the Trader was born, I guess.
So when mental health was low, trading crypto wasn't really going your way. What made you want to continue?
I was just in too deep. Like, I was like, my ego is not gonna let me quit. Like, no matter how hard it gets, I just knew that I'm destined for more. Like, there's no way that I'm gonna like flop all of this and then go work a 9 to 5. Like, my ego just wouldn't allow me. And I always say, like, I'm now at a point where I'm like, I'm trying to drop and soften the ego, but my ego definitely got me this far. Like, it's like I didn't come this far just to come this far, so I'm making it through whatever.
So was there anything in particular like that would have helped you like stay on path, want to figure it out? Because that's an important thing in a lot of businesses or a lot of ventures that people get involved in. They get to a hurdle and then they give up. Then they try something new again. Get to a hurdle and not give up, try something new again, and then ultimately just keep going around in circles. But maybe if you'd have stuck at one of your earlier projects and figured it out, you might be in a better place. So with that being said, yeah, is there anything that kept you from, just kept you on path? Like, was there like something that you seen, someone that you could see an example of that like really like made you believe like, yo, I can do this?
I think number one, my kids.
Yeah.
Now I had kids, I was like, there's just absolutely no way that I'm gonna go and work for someone else and miss like important days of my kids' life. The having kids was definitely like the catapult of I have to keep going. Like, there's nothing in me that can stop now. But I think also just being introduced to personal development so early, so seeing people like Gary V, Grant Cardone, like just all these different pioneers in the space who talk about the struggle, even some of the like big females in trading. So for example, there was a girl called Jessica Lane. There was just a lot of people out there that I could look up to, and I always thought, if they can do it, then why can't I? See
how you just named all these people? That's people from the space. A lot of people do get into certain industries. They don't even know any names of reference. Maybe not even any books or any, let's say, online channels. You get it? That's another. I'm just going off the fact that like I see people get into spaces, they want to do well, but if you ask them certain questions, they don't really have the answers. You know what I mean? Do you think it's important to do your research into the space? Like, absolutely,
especially if we're talking about trading. Like, trading is full of scammers. Like, I've never known another industry to be so saturated with people that chat shit. Like, you have to do your due diligence on who you're listening to and who you're watching. Like, there's no doubt about it. Whatever you're doing, whatever path you want to take, if there's people out there that are like pioneers in the space and motivating and teaching in that space, you have to do your research, because people chat shit.
When you say chat shit, what do you mean? Like, what does chat shit look like? Because obviously I know there's a whole thing where influencers will, get on board people into communities, invest into a certain broker or whatever, and then get a percentage. Like, what are people actually looking out for? Like,
the main thing I would say is anyone who is selling signals. Like, I absolutely hate signals with every inch of my soul. There are some signal providers out there who are good, and those are usually ones where you would just pay like just a standard monthly fee. If you're going to join something like that, then definitely look at past results, speak to people who have taken their signals, see their results. As I say, I don't advocate for signals. I don't like it, don't rate it. But if that is something that you want to do just to get your foot in the door, then just do your due diligence on those signal providers. If it's a signal provider who is telling you that you can get their signals for free, but you have to deposit money into the broker first, stay away. Like, we get brokers message us all the time that want to partner with us, and it's essentially every trade that you place. So for every lot that you place, you get like a standard fee, but that is basically in hope. They have partnered up with that broker in hopes that you lose all of that money, because the broker is paying that person for you to deposit your money, and 9 times out of 10 you're going to lose it. And if they're making money from you losing, then why would they give you signals that will make you profit? Like, it makes no sense. So you definitely want to be careful with signal providers, but as I say, you want to stay far away. You also want to stay far away from course sellers who are, and this is hard for people that are getting into the industry. Like, it's very hard to tell who is real and who isn't. But I would say you definitely need to do your due diligence on whoever it is that you're buying a course from or learning how to trade from. Look back on their social media and see, like, do they have proof of what they do? Do they have proof of they've made money from this? Do they have proof that they've made money from what we have now called funding firms? Like, it's very easy to tell who makes money and who doesn't, because the ones who make money are going to be posting it. Not all the time, but you need to see significant payouts from those people in order to know that they actually can do what it is they say. But it's hard. It's hard.
Have you been scammed?
Not in trading.
No.
I have in property, but not in trading.
In property?
Yeah.
Scammed by who?
Do I have to say names?
It's up to you.
Okay, I won't say the name because I am already blocked, and I'm not out here trying to call people out anymore. But I just a pivot from that. I invested with a Birmingham property developer educator. On the face of it, looks like he's doing amazing things. Like, drives a Urus. He's doing all of these deals and getting all of these different properties, and on the face of it on social media, it looks like he's doing amazing. So I ended up doing a course with him, which was good. The course was great. I paid £1,000 for the course, which was buy, refurb, refinance, resell. And then when I did that, there was an opportunity to do a joint venture. So it was basically a group joint venture, minimum investment £5,000, maximum like £50,000, I think. So I was like, cool, like, it's like a learn and earn. I can invest £5,000 and learn how to fully develop a house, refurb a house with double story extension, rear extension, like everything, back to brick. Great, for £5,000, and I get the money back plus interest. It's great. So I did it. There was like 30 of us who ended up investing into this deal. It was meant to be 12 months. The contract was for 12 months. Didn't end up getting my money back until after 2 years.
So you got your money back though?
Got my money back. But then a lot of people who were also in the joint venture, I'm pretty sure are still waiting for their money back now.
Okay.
So I believe he only gave me my money back because he knew, have a mouth, I'm going to use it and I will call you out. But to this day, I know a lot of people that are still owed money. I know of a lot of people who have given him money, a lot more than what I have given him for just joint ventures with just him and that other person. They've never had a house, 12 months down the line, still waiting for their money back. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question then. You say you've been scammed, yeah? Don't you think there's a level of naivety as well? Do you feel like a lot of people, yeah, they want to make money, they go head first into situations, you know, life's a struggle. You know what I mean? Like, you know you want to learn, you know what I'm saying? You know you want to get into certain industries, and at that point, you look for a teacher, and then that's where you're probably the most vulnerable, and someone capitalize off that. Now, that's business to some extent. Like, I can see how it can be seen as scamming, and it probably is, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there's still accountability for the person that feels like they're being scammed. Do you get it? Because I feel like business is still business at the end of the day. And a lot of services and products are capitalizing off people's naivety. Don't matter what you're selling. Like, same with, like, I don't know, like alcohol, or I don't know, loads of different products where, you know, you're going up, you're selling maybe an emotion to people.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like people need to be more aware of that, or do you feel like sometimes you need to go through it to know what it's like to feel scammed?
I don't think people need to go through getting scammed.
Yeah.
Like, especially if we're talking about something like property or trading, like, regardless, your mental health will be tested.
Yeah.
So being scammed on top of that is just like, that's enough for anyone to fail before they even get started, because it stings. But I think there is definitely a level of naivety and a level of people sometimes are just absolutely thick. Like, how could you not see that that was a scam? But then at the same time, I think people, especially like with cost of living right now, like people are just desperate. People want a way out, and these people are there preying on these people that just want a way out.
That's what I'm saying. It's a business to prey on people's
100%,
desperation.
100%.
It's like with the whole crypto thing, like everyone's getting gassed. Everyone wants Bitcoin. Everyone wants their thing to go through the roof. And then you hear about all these other altcoins and, oh, this one's going to go to the moon. Everyone's shilling coins. There's whole communities now pushing for a coin to do a certain thing, knowing that other people are going to lose out when they all take out their money or whatever. Like, everything in life's basically a pyramid.
It is.
And how do you get around that? Like, or what's the best way to navigate through that?
I think you have to get in things early. So when you were talking about things
how
like
do you
crypto,
do that though? Because you might think that you're getting in early because it's been presented to you like it's early. That's a problem.
This is why you have to do your research. You can't just like, especially when it comes to crypto, like you say, there are so many meme coins, altcoins now that are scams. Like, people will rug pull just to get everyone's money.
Well, they to some extent they all are scams, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you could just see, some of them could just be seen as a large, like a longer term scam. It could be seen that way. At the end of the day, someone's got to lose out for others to make money.
I don't think people have to lose out for.
Okay, then so what's a meme coin then?
A meme coin is
like
essentially just a
community coin, isn't it? It's about a community.
Community-backed, man-made, random coin.
So what's the point of that then?
But this is the thing, and this is why I was so against like the whole like moon coin and like space moon. I can't remember what they were called. But that is why I was so against it, because I'm like, it has no utilization. Like, you're literally investing in air. Like, there's no substance to this. But people made a lot of money because they were ahead of the curve, got in early, and made money from it. And
that's the space though. If you know the space, if you get to know the communities, if you're networking and you get into certain levels where you're in the know, you're gonna make money.
Exactly.
So it might not. So what does that mean then? Because is it that useless then? But so ultimately, someone's going to lose out.
But it's still useless. It's not worth anything. And that's what I personally
It's worth a lot of money.
But if you're within the crypto community, you know people and you have the connections to know like when a coin is going to launch and when you can get in on entry. You have to be in the know, but that isn't a sustainable way of making money.
Which isn't to be in the know.
Just to be in meme coins that have no sustainability.
Well, now I know a guy that goes to my gym. He shows me his wallets, and his thing is being in the know, and he makes a lot of money off meme coins, like a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what I'm saying. It's just down to your business model at the same time. Like, I know what you're saying, but it's like to the average person that's just gonna jump into it with no research, no education. You're always gonna lose your money.
The average person can't get into anything like that. Like, it makes no sense.
There's no get rich quick scheme.
Exactly.
And I feel like the best traders and crypto people are ones that they don't even leave their house. They don't even leave their computer. They don't leave. Like, they're spending 24 hours of the day, like, living, breathing it. And then there's ones that will just come in, think that you can just invest a bit of money and then get a break. Sometimes it works out like that, but the naivety might mean you might lose out too.
100%. And I think that's why I say, like, I just stay away from meme coins. Like, if we're talking like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, when we're talking coins that have sustainability, that have utilization, that's different, because you are investing in an asset that is going up. It is being utilized, so it has a basis for you to buy it from. But if you're buying a coin that is based on literally
What's
nothing,
Ethereum's use?
Ethereum, I don't know the ins and the outs, but Ethereum is
See, I'm pointing you to the test here.
basically a network chain that other coins can be run on, different things can be run on. I know banks are starting to bring in Bitcoin. Like, there's a lot of different things you can pay for with crypto now, but the main ones are always going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Tether. Solana as well. There are big ones that are still great to invest in, but meme coins, like, like, people just need to stay away. If you're in the crypto community and that's what you do, that's what you know, then cool, that's different. But for the average person, which is what most people are in crypto now, just stay away. Like, nothing will make you get rich quick. And even if you do see that one pump, like if you got into like Safe Moon early, you probably saw a big pump, but 9 times out of 10 that money is probably now gone because you didn't have the mindset that was required to actually invest
Or take it out.
You probably just left it in thinking, yeah, this is going to keep running up, but you never actually realized the profit.
Okay, so how much money have you made in the space?
From trading in general over the last 3 years of complete profitability, about 50 grand.
In 3 years?
Yeah.
Profit?
Yeah.
When you say profit, is that paying for your lifestyle?
That's just profit from, so now it's a lot easier to make money with trading. So we have these things called funding firms. So back in the day when I started, you had to have cash to fund an account. Like, if you're not trading with anything other than like 10 grand, realistically you're not going to see that much profit. But nowadays we have these things called funding firms where you can literally pay £1,000 to do what we call a challenge. Once you've passed that challenge, you get whatever challenge you paid for, up to 200 grand to trade with, and then whatever profit you make on that, you keep 80% of that. So nowadays it's so much easier to make money from just day trading.
And how long has that been going for?
Prop firms came about, I've been trading them for the last 3 years, but they've been about last 4 or 5 years. But the last 3 years has been like big.
So do you actually invest in crypto or just trade it?
I don't. I used to trade it. I don't touch crypto anymore. All I touch is, the only thing gold. I trade is forex currencies. I don't even touch gold.
No. Why not? A lot of people would say.
So during COVID, that was my time of like heavy trading, day trading crypto, gold and oil. So obviously during COVID, gold was just wild. Oil fell to literally -0 a barrel. And I just had a lot of PTSD from trading, losing a lot of money, and then realizing that if I just invested that money in crypto, like I was trading Bitcoin before it even hit 10k. Like I remember the day sat in bed watching it hit 10k, thinking like, oh my god, this is amazing. But if I'd have just invested that money and bought the actual crypto instead of day trading it, I would be gone clear now. So I've had a lot of PTSD from trading crypto, gold and oil.
That's why it's all gambling.
It's gambling with a calculated risk. It is. It's very calculated in that obviously you have a strategy, you have an expectation of what the market's going to do. But as I always say, the market's the market and you are always at risk.
Mm-hmm. So what's the plan now in terms of building your, online presence with your mate Katie? Obviously I know that you want to build a community and all that, but like there must be a longer term goal for this. There must be, some sort of ambitions of where you want to get with it. And is it just like simply a life of a trader? Do you look at other business models? Like, are you looking to invest? Like,
yeah, so obviously Rise Collective as a whole, community is our main focus, where we both teach trading and mindset. But then like that is just the starting point. Like we have so many different connections in so many different industries that number one will be on the podcast, but then number two will also be in the community to teach people different aspects. And I think one important point about trading is that it's not passive. So I have to wake up every day, look at the charts and place a trade. But people forget that the goal is to have the passive income, to wake up and do whatever the hell we want to do for the day. Trading will never give you that. So what else can you invest in? What else can you do with trading profits that can get you to that next level? So that is pretty much what Rise Collective is about. Like, great, you've got trading. We can teach you how to trade, but what next? What are you going to do to actually rise and not have to be trapped in working, not have to be trapped in trading every day? And again, podcasts, that is literally just to showcase these different people that can help people in different ways, whether it's mindset, business, trading, whatever it might be, to also give them a platform, but then also educate, obviously, the community that we're building.
So what's the investments?
What do you mean?
What do you want to invest in?
More than anything, it's just buying businesses. I think buying businesses is very underrated.
Buying business that are already made.
Yeah.
How much do you think How much do you think you're gonna need to do that?
Nowadays, not much.
Because buying businesses is like someone who's like very experienced.
But this is I think the misconception with it. Like, buying a business isn't that hard. Like,
It's not hard, but to buy a business and sustain it, especially if
you have to have the knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have the tools and the mindset to be able to do it. Like, I'm not saying for the average person to go out there and just buy a random business. Like, no, you have to do your due diligence. But if you have a bit of cash saved up, like, you don't have to have the entire cost of the business. You can put a deposit down and you can either raise money from investors, so raise investor finance, or you can go to a business broker who will lend you the money to buy the business, and then you obviously pay that off in installments as you would like with a mortgage. So it's very accessible now, but obviously you do have to have the brains and the sense to be able to actually run the business and make it bigger than what it was.
What type of business would you buy?
I don't know. That's like, I feel like that is something that I still need to think about. Obviously, Kelly and Ann show. I think it's now just the Kelly show. She's a business broker, so she's the person to go to when it comes to buying a business. But she now has a service where it's completely done for you. So you'll give her the requirements of what you want, what you can do, and then she will go out there, find the business for you to buy, find you the finance for the business, help you raise the deposit if you need it, and it's all done for you.
Okay.
Like, it's not that hard anymore, but I think having that access to the knowledge to know about these things, that's what needs bridging right now.
Okay then. So in terms of like you going to London and meeting all these people, naming like Kelly and Ange and all these kind of people, like, it seems like your network has gone further afield than just being in Birmingham. How do you get to be that person? Is it social media? Is it Twitter? Is it like, and what is it like to be that person that wants to go further afield? Like, because it's not like you're living in London. You're like you're based up here.
Yeah, I think it definitely started with me just networking in like property events, like just going to property events in Birmingham. You meet people that might be from London. Me running events, that was definitely like a huge opportunity for me to meet different people. For example, my friend Kazi, he's known on social media as Property by Kazi. I reached out to him and asked him to speak at my event because he was one of the people that I rated in the property world. He agreed to do it, so we formed that connection. Through forming that connection with him, I've met other people through him, and I think just having these friends that you do become friends with these people, because just having that mindset, there's not many other people like you, so you kind of like bond. So then being around these different people, you'll go to events, they'll speak to someone, and then because you're stood with them, that other person will speak to you. I think people respect you a lot more as well when you're friends with certain types of people, and it just grows. Like, you just network and go to different events and meet different people.
Yeah, I know, but a lot of people don't leave their area.
It's so important to get out of the area.
Yeah.
Like, I hate coming back to Birmingham. When I'm in London, I feel happy. Like, I feel free. There's so much opportunity there. People are happy. People in London will probably say the complete opposite. But when I come back to Birmingham, I'm just like, everyone's just such dead vibes. Like, no one wants anything from life.
So would you move there?
Absolutely. If I didn't have kids, I would already live in London.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's just the kids that stop you from living there? What is it, like the prices over there, or is
not
it just,
even, it's just childcare,
close to family?
Like, close to family. I wouldn't want to pull them away from like my mom, who's my main support system.
Mm.
A lot of the things I do, like I need childcare,
Mhm.
so moving away from my mom just wouldn't make sense.
Okay. So what's that like being a mother, so business orientated? How do you balance the two?
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's definitely hard. I don't think it's a complete balance. I
Mm.
think sometimes you have to sacrifice something somewhere.
Mm.
So, for example, if I've got a weekend in London, that means I'm not gonna be able to pick up the kids from school. One of the things that I came into business for was to have that luxury of like, I'm always there to pick up the kids, I'm always there to drop them off, I'm there to be at assemblies. But sometimes I have to make that sacrifice, and my mum will have to be the one to drop them off or pick them up. But then on the flip side of that, if I was just a normal 9 to 5 worker, there would be so many things in my kid's life that I wouldn't have a choice. I'd have to miss it. I'm not going to be able to take time off for every assembly. I'm not going to be able to do school run all the time, because if I'm working 9 to 5, school is 8:45 till 3:30, let's say. So definitely being an entrepreneurial mom is hard work.
Challenging.
And there's times where I've put the kids to bed at night and I'm on a Zoom call set at 9 p.m. and then I wake up at 5 a.m. the next morning just to have time alone, get my head straight before the kids wake up. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot of work. But I would take this any day over working for someone else.
Okay. So you're just not a 9 to 5 person at all?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay.
Like, I would rather the 5 a.m. till 9 p.m. over that.
But do you find that it puts a lot more pressure on you though? Like even just to like provide.
I think that just comes with being a single mom in general.
Mm.
Like, there is always pressure, but I know that everything that I'm doing, I have the opportunity to create something huge that will take the pressure off me one day. So I'm happy to take the pressure now and know that in 5-10 years time I won't ever have to worry about anything ever again.
But what about like that safety net as well?
But I think I am in a very good position.
Yeah.
So my income isn't just solely based on trading. And this is one thing that I will always say to people: if you're trading, you always want to have a secondary or a third income source, because trading to make money will send you over the edge. Like, that is the quickest way down a very dark mental health hole. You have to have something else that pays you. So I'm lucky enough to be in the position where I have a job doing content for a trading firm, so that pays for my bills. So I don't have to trade to make money. If I don't want to trade, I don't have to.
How did you get in that position though?
Literally from building a following on Twitter. Like, literally, I was reached out to by a prop firm 2 years ago. They saw a post I made on social media that was basically me speaking on stage at a property event. So the guy that I invested with did like a whole thing on stage with him. They saw that and they were like, okay, like, you're comfortable with public speaking. Would you want to be on camera, do content, host a podcast? I was like, oh, I've never done anything like this before, but cool, I'll try. That went well. That business kind of fell off, so I stopped working with them. Within a couple of weeks, another prop firm had reached out to me and said, like, we can see that you're not doing it with them anymore. Do you want to work with this other firm? And yeah, that's where I've been ever since. But I think it was just the fact that I'd positioned myself so well within the industry. People knew my name. People knew that I had a lot to say. And people knew that I had a lot of knowledge within the industry, had been through a lot, knew a lot, and it just kind of fell into my lap.
So like, basically, to navigate your way through the industry, you've got to have some level of influence. One, you've got to have abilities within networking.
Yeah, 100%.
And you've got to, have a bit of a personality.
Yes.
Like, I feel like all those them things come with part and parcel of being a trader. I don't think it's just as simple as trade and that's it. Like, there's a lot of people out there that feel like they don't need them skills, or they don't want to polish up on those skills. And it's just one thing that I've realized myself from even doing the podcast. Like, you've always got to, work on your personal brand, want to improve as a person that, potentially is going to be on social media. You're using social media to sell yourself, to network, to, find ways of getting finances. And so you're going to have to continually keep improving. I feel like I feel like it's underrated, or people do say things like, oh yeah, I don't want to be on camera like that, or I don't want to do that. Yeah, but like when you go to uni, a lot of your first years in uni is to learn how to network. Like you're doing like team building exercises. That is part of business to be like that.
Yeah, 100%. You have to be able to network. You have to be able to network, and you have to be able to articulate yourself in a way that people will respect. Like, no matter where you come from, it's okay to articulate yourself in a different way to what you would in day-to-day life. And I think people really underrate that, and people will see you acting a certain way in a certain type of environment and think like, oh, like they're clout chasing. When it's not, it's just having the sense to know that you have to operate in a certain way to be respected in certain rooms. And I think as well, having a personal brand, like if you want to have a business in 2025 and onwards, you have to have a personal brand, because people aren't buying into products anymore. People are buying into the person that's selling the product. They want the story. So I think being on social media and having a brand is just the most important thing right now. And I think people forget as well, like it's okay to rebrand. Like as you grow as a person, it's okay to be different. So a lot of my following on Twitter was from me calling people out. Like I was the one to call out the scammers. If someone's chatting shit, I'm calling it out. And then it got to a point where people were just dragging me hard, like just being a female in the space. Like people have posted pictures of me telling me I'm fat, and I was just known to go at these people like, I will see you one day. I hope you have that energy in my face type thing. So people knew me for that. But now I'm on this journey of like growth and kind of like letting go of my ego for a little bit, because I'm just like, I want to get out of survival mode and just be soft and feminine. I'm now going through a rebrand of, I don't want to be known as that savage girl anymore. Like I want to be known as like the soft girl who became a millionaire, and that's okay. Like you don't have to be in survival mode. It's okay to be soft and feminine and still be a CEO.
I was watching an interview today on the Breakfast Club. I don't know if you know him, because I'm just weird like this, so I'm up to date with a lot of things. So there's a streamer called Neon.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
You've heard of him, yeah. But he was on the Breakfast Club, and they were grilling him about how he used to be in the past, because he'd said some things to like Kais and all these people.
Yeah.
And
very controversial.
Yeah. And he was apologizing because they was kind of basically making him apologize, and he was kind of going through his history like, oh, I used to be a certain way, but I'm not like that no more. I've changed. I've rebranded myself basically. And obviously he was only a kid. He's like 20 now. You know what I mean? Talking about 5 years ago, he's about 15. He's basically just like cursing everyone out. He was just like being a certain way. But without him being like that, I don't feel like he gets to rebrand to the nicer version. Now that doesn't mean that everyone needs to have a evil streak in them to be seen. But like what you said, like it's okay to rebrand. It's okay to maybe be perceived in a certain way at one stage, and then change the narrative. Do you get it?
Absolutely. And I think more people need to be open about that, because the people that you see on social media, they didn't start that way. Like they didn't start being perfect.
Yeah.
You grow and evolve over time.
I feel like the people that have made it further in life are the ones that show the raw version of themselves, and then over time, as things start to pick up, they clean it up, and then they become more, of a cleaner version.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you say that's true?
Yeah, absolutely. Even like with trading, like I always say, I wish I'd documented the process from the absolute beginning, because you would never believe that person I was then is the same person that I am today, because I've changed so much and grown so much that I wish I could go back and look, for people just to see that I didn't start this way. Like I've been through hell to be who I am today.
Okay. Well, I think we've just about hit the hour mark. That's all the time you're going to get, mate.
Thanks for that.
I'm joking. Nah, you know what it is? I haven't really been focusing on finance recently, but we're supposed to get this in from time ago. So,
Been on my case.
Tuesday, I got your podcast done. It's only right. You get what I'm saying? But yeah.
We need to bring Katie for the next one.
Yeah, say no more. We'll get that done. I am gonna get more done on this side of things. It's just a lot of work, a lot of things going on at the same time. More focusing on what's going to pay at the minute. But this is always a lane, and this is always something that is interesting to people. Do you get it? It's just about figuring out how you can get it to the masses, because I just know it can pay as well. It's just like figuring it out.
That's the thing as well. Like, you have a great platform that is like so well culturally represented, and I think having this as well, you can feed this into that, because I think a lot of the people that watch the main show are probably people that need to hear the information that is on here.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was just about splitting everything up, and like I said, just working with the algorithms rather than against them. So everything has more of a chance of growing. But yeah, man, we're gonna get there, and we're gonna get you back as well. Obviously, Katie's gonna come on as well. So we'll lock that in when you're ready. And thank you for coming.
You're very welcome.
And if you want to leave any details for people to get at you, I suggest you just do that now.
Yeah, Mads.thetrader on Instagram, Mads the Trader on Twitter, and yeah, Rise Collective Network on YouTube. Yeah.
All right, I've been Sinner Speed, and we're out.
Yo, what you saying? I'm down to my last pack, but I got them samples ready for Sunday sessions. I got the original, and I got the strawberry. Everyone's saying it's fire, so you won't have a problem moving this. Alright, safe. I'll see you on Sunday.
There's more to life than sitting on the corners, make them corners fly. Hit sales on Beirut's window, look if it's a quick thing. Roll ting pepper, have you seen your life shift quick or wet Joe?